Hello there, and I'm just a floating body in here in this blurred. I had to blur my background because I'm doing some. Oh, look at that! Crazy. I'm running to do. I'm doing some renovations in my room, so it looks a little distracting. I'm actually still distracted. I'm talking to you guys. I'm still distracted. Hi. Let me not wave my hands. I talk to my hands all the time. This is the When Calls to Heart After Show on JLJ Media. Suddenly I have the giggles. I don't know what's going on there. Hi, Hardee's. It's me, James Lott Jr. We're talking about season 11, episode 9. Is that correct? Is it 9? 9? 9? We only have like 3 episodes left. That's what's happening here. I don't know. I don't know if I co-sign that idea. At least we got season 12. Makes me happy. Hello everybody, welcome. Sorry it's so late for me getting this out. I had a very busy day today, full of shows. And one of them, folks, here's the announcement. You're hearing it first. On Wednesday, my interview with Team Flomo, Johanna Newmarch and Loretta Walsh, will be out Wednesday morning. We talked. It's very heartfelt, serious, but also funny, comical. It was good to talk to the ladies. I'm excited to put this out for you. It's a great interview, and I'm looking forward to being able. I'll be on Wednesday. I'll be releasing that, so it's very, very good. Also, I get a chance to today, but I did get the link. I will be at HFR. I'm returning. I'm coming back after several years of not being there. I'm coming back, so I will be there in September. So if you want to meet me, James Lott Jr., and why would you not want to meet me? Come. No, I'll be there. So if you're going, let's see. I'm very excited. I love Vancouver. I can't wait to go up there. But this episode, when I was watching this episode, it's another A+ episode to me. Um, all the dissenters out there who are just running their mouths, just saying all this stuff, blah, 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 blah. That's what it sounds like to me. Need to be watching this season. There are some good episodes this season, and I'm telling you, the last 3 or 4, I mean, you already know I've been talking about it here on this channel. The writing, the acting, the stories, they're reaching back in the past and connecting it to the present. The stories are relevant. I'm glad I'm still a Hardy, and I'm glad I'm still watching. This tonight, last night, to say Sunday, it was a solid episode with some very interesting stories, and great acting. Where do I begin? So I will begin. I guess I'll begin with the Alley story first because that's a major one. They tied it into when we last saw her father, Dylan, and how he's not really the greatest person. But this story and the message behind it, because when Calls the Heart is also good at this too. They know how to make a through line, and a lot of it was guardianship, parenthood, um, letting go, realizing your children can handle more. It's not easy. I'm totally blown out in here. Let me try this. That's a little better, I guess. I feel like I'm like the moon is right here. I'm the surface of the sun or something. I don't know what's going on, but I have the weirdest lighting right now. I'll leave it off right now. As a parent myself and a grandparent, and happy Father's Day month. It's Father's Day coming up later in a few weeks. Um, I know that all too well. And once again, we had several people kind of dealing with this stuff. Elizabeth with little Jack and the horse riding, Faith letting go of Lily because her grandma's better. Just a piece. There were pieces of this, and Nathan dealing with Allie. Great work by everyone involved. Um, it's a complicated situation, and they conveyed it perfectly. It's when they're kids, we make decisions. We don't always, when they're not adults. So there are things that we may say or not say that are not meant to hurt them at all and not meant to traumatize them at all, but to minimize the trauma, and maybe they're not ready to handle the truth. They are three other things that are age appropriate, and that's what we kind of got with this story with Allie, and with the mother saying the grandmother saying this and bringing up grandpa this when she called him Uncle Nathan, oh, I did say a bad word, meaning just like it was more than dang. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. That's a way to get there. But it was a natural reaction, and she really wants to know. I mean, I know my parents, so I don't have that. I don't have that. I don't know what that means. But I have a couple of siblings who didn't know one of their parents, I'll just say it that way. And I had to kind of talk with them about that, and help them reconcile that. I have a parent who wasn't the greatest. So I understand that portion. But she is getting older. And that's the thing, maybe she can handle it. And she was saying she wanted to see him. And I was like, maybe that really, and well, we see the preview for next week, but maybe that's going to be the deciding factor for her. But I also understand Nathan wanting to protect her. He has been her part of her life, her whole life. He, for all purposes, is her family. I mean, he says that, but he goes, she's like, but he's my family. Well, I'm your family too. I'm so glad he said that. And this is important to be said to anyone out there who is raising a child that may not be biologically yours. It doesn't matter. When you're a guardian or taking care of something and helping them grow and being there when they're sick and being there when they're happy, that counts. And I'm glad that Hope Valley the writers are talking about that. Because it also extends to Auntie Faith. And Lillian, and now the grandma's coming back, and I love the conversation. I was like, well, why can't you also be in her life? She asked to be in her life also. Doesn't have to be just give her back and that's it. But yes, I mean, it's painful to take someone in and care for them and love them, and she got attached. She got attached. She got to care for someone. She fell in love with her. Um, and for us, it was a nice unexpected surprise. But it was kind of like, you don't have to, you can probably still find a way to be in her life and still be a part, may not be every day, but a part that's still very important. It takes a village, for sure. Little Jack wanting to ride a horse. I'm an equestrian. I grew up on horses. I love it. He's getting older. They're sure she's like, this was like, we're not yet, not yet. But the men of the village, namely Bill and Nathan, came around. Um, Jack's father is not there, so they're kind of surrogate males that are not surrogate males, they're males, but they're the surrogates to him to be there um and help kind of raise him a little bit. I mean, I love that whole, they said they come in and Bill got him a pony, but rode the horse with him. I always say, for me, I did a lot of things early. I learned how to swim early, gymnastics early, but I did everything early because we were just kind of thrown into it and said, when you're around it, you're around it. And I always think of horses because I was always around horses, and um I wasn't afraid of them, and they were just these beautiful creatures that will bond with you. And I learned that early on. I just learned that they're great and they're wonderful. Let's care for them. And some of us in Los Angeles remember the Hollywood Park. It's not there really anymore. It's a little casino now, but Hollywood Park was actually a racetrack. Santa Anita was another place. Like there was places I used to go to as a kid and talk to the jockeys and clean and pet the horses. So I'm a huge equestrian person. And there's a bunch of us here in LA we're like a little group that we love our horses. If I could have a horse, I would love to. I have one in the backyard right now if I had one. Those who watch Two Broke Girls understand if I could have one just sitting outside, I open the door, just come in and hang out with me, I would do it. But it was just kind of cool that she was with, with a little nudging, you gotta let him go a little bit more and let him go a little bit more. And it was wonderful. It was safe and it was wonderful. It's fun to see Bill involved and, because Jack was his friend also. Big Jack was his friend. So it's and how they're learning about this kind of cross thing of Allie and him, and it just like you're letting the kids know a little more, and as they grow towards it, as they grow up, just really powerful stories, powerful work that once again Wayne Coulthard does very well, and the writing was really good. The other really big story that had heart in it also, and suspense and a surprise, the Montague story. I'll tell you that actor, whoever, I don't know his name. Sorry, folks, you guys can tell me in the comments. He's so good. When he comes on screen, you're like, I just don't want to like him. I mean, his character is like, I just automatically don't want to like him. And, I'm so invested in this town and I'm so invested in what happens. His arrival just made me on edge watching the show, just nervous. I know it's a fictional place, but I don't know how many of you guys out there felt the same way. It just felt like, and I'm like, why is my lighting just like, that's, I'm having lighting issues, you guys. I have a new setup. I'm trying to figure this all out. It's really weird. But anyway, I felt nervous. And, and Gowan's like, this is a bad idea. It's a bad idea. When you have Gowan telling you it's a bad idea, you might want to listen. But I felt it's again due to good writing. It was the whole thing. I got Lucas was trying to save the bigger picture. He felt this was the only way he could do this and accomplish keeping jobs in the valley, the promises, and that it would get done. Though the town would be opposed to it, he was still thinking he was doing the right thing, even though he was jumping to bed with a shark, basically. When Montague comes to town, of course, Rosemary and Bill see him. I mean, everybody's just like on edge. They even confront him later. But what's crazy is seeing Lucas fighting with Lee and Rosemary. Yikes! That was when he can't wait when she decided because he had asked her, "Don't print this. I want to keep it." He kept saying, "I want to keep this secret." I'm like, "How do you want to keep it secret?" It's just you want to keep it all a secret because he's trying to protect whatever and all stuff. But when she decided the town should know, it should be transparent, I saw her point also. I saw her point. It comes out, the town's upset, but then he gets beat up. Did not see that coming. I thought, great twist, writers. Did not see that coming. And turns out he had nothing to do with, I believe it, he had nothing to do with Nathan, Lucas's shooting. I believe it, actually. So he got scared out of this, and he is like, and Lucas is mad at Rosemary, blames Rosemary. There was no happy ending or happy whatever. It was just like and Leah's, and I mean, everything's fractured right now. And so I drink some water. And now he's like, bye, I'm out. So that leaves Jeanette. Someone in one of my comments on my other show said, we haven't seen the last of her. I think you're right. God who said it. I think you're right. And yeah, I think you're right. But he's not the one behind it. So like, wow, who attacked him? What's going on? So the mystery is still a mystery. And I'm very curious. I'm really invested to see who did this, what's going on, and how's it going to go. But I'm scared for the town too. And Lucas, even though he was going off on Lee and Rosemary, he was like, really, I'm trying to protect the town. I'm trying to keep everything going. He's like, he really, you can tell he's conflicted. He doesn't want to do this. He doesn't want to, but he needs somebody with the money and the resources and the get up and go to do this because he doesn't want a destitute area of land. So I mean, it's tough. It's a tough one. and it's relatable today. I mean, it's all relatable today. So another great episode. I loved it. A plus. I it's a great episode, and um, there's still lessons to be learned or learnt, as some people say. And again, great storytelling, great. It was A plus. So yes, Wednesday, my interview with Flomo. See that land. I'm James Lott Jr. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you next time.